Lawrence Jones, who we know you think is doing a great job, and he is. There he is. He's live in a diner. He's also in Pennsylvania. He's in Washington, Pennsylvania. And he's talking to the people. And I think, Lawrence, right, some of the folks in the diner want to ask the president questions.
That's exactly right, Angela. Let's bring it out to the people. Mr. President, not a lot from the moderators about the issues last night, but in this swing state of Pennsylvania, these issues are true. Sir, you own a car dealership, part owner of it, and you say, this is your birthday, by the way.
It is.
And what is your question for the president?
Good morning, President Trump. My question is, what are some of the immediate steps that you will take to improve the economy and get us out of this mess that Biden and Harris have left us in?
Right. Great question. The first thing I do is close up the border. People have to come into our country legally. They can't come in the way they're doing now. We have millions and millions of people coming in, even on a monthly basis, and they're destroying our country, and it affects our economy. The other thing I do is drill, baby, drill. I'd be drilling, and I'd get energy prices, and I'll reduce your energy by half within 12 months. Half. And I hope that Lawrence, if you're listening, Lawrence, I hope you go and do a little shout-out poll. And I don't know the people there, but I love the people there. I can see it. But why don't you do a shout-out poll who they thought won the debate last night? It would be great.
You know, we always do the poll at the end, Mr. President. I think you.
Why don't you do it while I'm on the? Yeah, but I'm on the phone now.
Okay. So. But, Mr. President, this young lady right here, she's concerned about the future of the country. She's concerned about the grandkids, and she's concerned about the stress on these parents. Ma'am, what is your question for the former president?
I would like to know what kind of programs or policies he could implement to reduce the parental stress with parents having to work 1, 2. I have family members who are working 3 jobs trying to make ends meet right now, spending more and more time away from their families.
That's right. Well, we have big,
What are you going to do on day one, Mr. President?
Right. Child care is a #1 priority, and I have no choice because I have a daughter named Ivanka, and maybe you never heard of my Ivanka, but I have a daughter named Ivanka, and that's all she talks to me about is child care for the people, and she's the one that got it started, and Marco Rubio helped a lot, and a lot of the Republican senators, we put in a great child care, and we'll be expanding that, and that will help you a lot.
So, Mr. President, we got a young voter right here. Not all the young people are voting for Kamala Harris, but you have a concern about the media and cutting through the noise there. What is your question for the former president?
Hello, President Trump.
Hi.
I'm just curious on how you're going to combat all the fake news and break through some of the noise to get the undecided voters to vote for you this November.
Well, by doing a show like this,
what are you going to do?
It's a great question because you really do it by doing a show like this with Lawrence and the group. You have to get your word out, and you don't have a fair media. You have a very liberal, biased media. I have no idea why. I actually have no idea. Think of it. They don't want walls. They don't want borders. They don't want good economies. The things they want are destructive to our country. But I will tell you that it's very important if you're doing what I'm doing, you have to do shows like this. That's another thing. Kamala doesn't do any shows. She doesn't do interviews. She doesn't talk to people. She doesn't do anything like that. And that's not fair to the public because they don't know what they're getting. But they saw last night what they had. They had a rigged show with somebody that maybe even had the answers. I mean, I'll be honest. I watched her talk. And I said, she seems awfully familiar with the questions, and you get pretty good at that stuff after a while. But when I saw how totally rigged that was, I take a look at it, and I watch, and I say, you have to get out there. And one of the things I did is I said, let's do this show at, what time is it, 6:30 in the morning. And it's an honor to do it. But you have to go out and you have to do the shows. You have to go out and do media. And some of the media is honest. It's not all dishonest. That's the good news. But much of it is. I'd say it close to 80%. And I mean seriously dishonest.
So, Mr. President, the final question. We're in Pennsylvania. We cannot let this interview end without talking about fracking. And there's a lot of people concerned about what happened on the debate stage last night and that Kamala Harris' position wasn't fully prosecuted yesterday. The people know that she flip-flopped on the issue. So how are you going to make the case so you can win Pennsylvania?
So I'm leading in Pennsylvania in just about all the polls. and I'm leading by something a lot. And one of the issues is fracking. I've been from fracking it's like the day I was born, always fracking. She's always been against it. And she's been against it strongly. And if she won, she would end fracking in Pennsylvania 100%. She would end it, and that would be it. All she's doing is she just changed her view just a very short time ago. She went, oh, I'm totally in favor of fracking all of a sudden. She is totally against it. You have every clip, and Sean Hannity plays them every night. Every clip, she's against fracking. All of a sudden, she's losing in the polls. She's not doing down. Her president is doing horribly. How did he do in the debate? At least she could speak. But her president goes down. They did a palace coup in the president. She comes out and she does fracking. So I say to the people of Pennsylvania, you know what you have with Trump, and I'm with you. I went to school in Pennsylvania. I have my friends in Pennsylvania, and I'm a fracker. And that's 500,000 jobs in Pennsylvania and a lot of your income. Pennsylvania would be devastated if they take that away. She will obviously take that away. Oh, she'll take away drilling in Texas. She's going to take away. They ended Anwar, the biggest oil site in the world that Ronald Reagan couldn't get in Alaska. They ended it. I got it approved, and they ended it. And nobody can believe they did. We had the biggest site in the world. They ended it in the first week in office. Think of that. Yeah. They cut the Keystone Pipeline. They will end fracking. Keystone Pipeline, one of the biggest pipelines in the world, they ended it in the first day or the first week that he was in office. They will end fracking because she's not a fracker, and they'll also take away your guns. They will confiscate your guns.
Mr. President, thank you so much for talking to the folks here in Pennsylvania at the diner. I'll send it back to the couch because I know you have a prior commitment to go visit the heroes at 9/11 Memorial.
Well, I want you to take that poll, though, soon. You got to take that poll so I can watch it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, very much. Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.